Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel. Welcome back as I go through various publishers and give you my favorite 10 games from them. Today we're talking about Greater Than Games. Now, Greater Than Games hit the scene with a small card game called Sentinels of the Multiverse, which before we had 600 million licensed Marvel games, was one of the few good superhero games on the market. They continued to grow as the years went by and eventually bought Dice Hate Me and acquired a bunch of the properties from Cheap Ass Games into them. They don't make a ton of games. In fact, most of their effort has been in 2 games, one of which I just mentioned, Sentinels of the Multiverse, and another one I'll mention a little bit later on this list. But here are my 10 favorite games from this company that kind of steers towards thematic games, but isn't afraid to put out something different, as you'll see. Number 10 is pretty low on my list because this game is technically not out yet, although I played it from other companies. But I know that it's an enjoyable game, and Greater Than Games will do a good job producing it, and that is Get Bit. Get Bit is a game in which you are swimming around in a circle in the ocean, and there's a shark chasing everybody, and it's ripping limbs off. Now, this sounds gross and disgusting, but the little people look like little robots. It's not a big deal. And you are just playing cards, trying not to be the person who's in last each time. Very simple, very fun game. It's been out for over a decade, and I know people enjoy it. Number 9 is one of the games they acquired from Cheap Ass Games, and that's Kill Dr. Lucky. Kill Dr. Lucky is the prequel to Clue, in a sense. Dr. Lucky's wandering in a mansion. Everyone hates this old guy. You're trying to kill him. The problem is you don't want anyone to see you. So everyone's moving around, trying not to let anybody get by themselves. And when someone does get by themselves to try to kill Dr. Lucky, other players will play cards to stop that attempt somehow. Dr. Lucky bends to pick up a penny or whatever. It's silly, light fun, but it is a nice production of Kill Dr. Lucky. Number 8 is Brewcrafters, the travel card game. I'm not sure about all the details here. Brewcrafters was originally from Dice Hate Me, and I don't see the Greater Than Games logo on it, so I'm not sure why that one didn't make it. But the follow-up, the travel card game, did. And Brewcrafters was an attempt to make a Agricola-style game about beer. And it was good, but a little tight. The card game, the travel card game, is much better, much lighter, easy to get as you take cards, trying to complete orders and do combos with them. A nice, fun game. And there's very few games about this topic. Number 7 is Laser Riders, with Z's all around. This is Tron. The packaging of this one is what really makes it stand out, because it looks like it comes in a bunch of old VHS cassettes that you're pulling out and utilizing, and you have different kinds of racers and things. It's probably a bit overproduced for how light the game is, but it is silly fun, and if you want to play Tron, this is one version that will let you do so. Number 6 is Fate of the Elder Gods. Fate of the Elder Gods, a Cthulhu game where you are not trying to stop Cthulhu for once. In fact, you're trying to summon him or something. A bunch of cultists, area control, a lot of little miniatures, but I wouldn't call it a miniature game. It's more about area control and trying to mess the other people up while succeeding yourself. This one has done pretty well, at least review-wise, although I haven't seen a lot of people talking about it or playing it, but it's worth trying out. Number 5, another beer game, Homebrewers. Now this one I really enjoy, I think even more so than the Brewcrafters, and that's because Homebrewers, you're collecting resources and different things to make the beers. You're having a competition with a bunch of other homebrewers, and you're also going up different tracks. It's a very straightforward game that I think offers a lot of interesting medium weight Euro game goodness. For some reason, this is another one that didn't get a lot of buzz, but I like it, and it's in the Dice Tower library. Number 4 is Medium. Medium is a party game, and this one has done fairly well. The concept's pretty simple. You have a word. Your word's alligator. My word is, I don't know, coat. And we have to figure out a word that fits both of our words. You know that your word's alligator. I know my word's coat. So 1, 2, 3, we say the same word out loud, which should hopefully be boots, because coat and boots and alligators are made into boots, maybe. I don't know. That's what the game is. And then if you say 2 different words, then you have to find a word that's in between those 2. It's simple. It's fun. It's kind of a casual activity, but it's entertaining. That's Medium. Number 3 is another one they got from the designer of, or James Ernest from Cheap Ass Games, and that's Tak, or Tak, T-A-K. Now this one is from the In the Name of the Wind novel. They mention that he plays this, and this game is made to look like it's an abstract strategy game that's been around for a long time, and succeeds. You're trying to make a path across the board. The blocks can stand up, fall down. It's very thinky, no luck really, interesting, and they did a good job at making a game feel old and yet relevant. Number 2. I'm getting ready to defend myself here. Number 2 is probably, well, I shouldn't say probably, their most critically acclaimed game. And I'm defending myself because I didn't put this as my number 1. But number 2 is Spirit Island. Spirit Island is a cooperative game that has got a lot of very positive buzz for several reasons. One, it takes the theme of colonialism and turns it on its head. Here you are, your spirits on this island, helping defend the native people against the colonists who are coming in to take them out. And you do so with the various means of fire and wind and air, etc. 2, it's a very complex game, but it doesn't feel like most other games. It has a different feel to it. You're trying to make combos. You're trying to work together using the very, very, very asymmetrical powers that are out there with their own little decks of cards as you're flipping them over, or going through them and using actions and trying to coordinate those actions as the invaders keep coming around and helping the people on the island fight back. Very, very highly regarded game amongst many board gaming communities. And I do enjoy it, as I've said many times. Number 1, no, for me, is their one that they started with, and they just re-released a second edition of the game, and that's Sentinels of the Multiverse. Look, Sentinels has its problems. There's a little bit of fiddliness in the moving of tokens around. There's an app out for it, which makes you wonder, why play the board game when the app handles it pretty well? And some people don't like the artwork. But I like the artwork. I like the made-up characters. I like working together to stop the Baron and many other villains. It has a nice feel to it. There's not a lot of thought into setting it up. Here's your deck of cards. Play with it. That's nice. That's a nice change of pace. And, like I said, they brought superhero gaming back. Hooray! This game is important historically for that reason. All the Marvel games around today, a lot of them do owe their, what they are because of Sentinels of the Multiverse. But I'm not putting it at number 1 on the list because of that. I'm putting it at number 1 on the list because I really enjoyed playing it. And that's my favorite, Greater Than Games. What's your favorite of this company? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel, and we'll be taking a look at another publisher here on the Dice Tower.